Okay, so let's start. Now, open your books on page 23, I think. Where are the rest? Okay. Now I will skip this grammar. I told you that the class before that I'm going to explain it again, but I will skip that and we will explain it at the end of the lesson, inshallah. Now on beige, as I asked you to do the exercise that we have, exercise A, you're going to complete the sentences with either used to or be used to. Use the negative in some cases if it's asked. Be used to, as you remember, I use used to something that happened in the past. I used to do it in the past and now I'm not doing it. But be used to, which means, for example, I am used to teaching through laptops or teaching through networks. So now in the present time, I am used to this thing. Okay, according to the meaning. Now let's start with number one. Who wants to do it? Thalith. Yes, it's very easy. Yes, Thalith, I asked you, you need to do the exercise so you can participate. Number one, we eat at all the best restaurants, but then we started saving more money. So what do you think?
Used to.
Very good. Thank you, Rahaf. Used to. Something in the past. We used to eat at all the best restaurants, but now in the present time, no, we stopped that. We're not doing that anymore. We started saving some money. So we're going to have used to. Okay. Number two, she is from Costa Rica. So she warm weather all year round. She is from this
Be
country.
used to.
Very good, Rima. It's this grammar, be used to. Now, what is the correct verb to be that I have? You have to remove be and put a verb to be. What is the verb to be that is appropriate with she?
Is.
Yes, thank you, Rahaf. So can you say it, yeah, Rima, can you say it all together? She, so she?
She is from Costa Rica, so she is be used to.
لا, without be. خلاص أنا هذا البي قصدهم إنه verb to be. إنه يا إما is, are, was, or
Okay.
were. So she is.
Used to.
Yes, used to warm weather all year round. Number three, the bed in my first apartment was so uncomfortable that I sleep on the couch.
Used to.
Say it again.
Used to.
Najia? Yes,
Yes.
it's very good. Used to. my bed in this apartment is so uncomfortable. That's why now I used to, or I used to in the past, he's talking in the past. So now, in the past, I used to sleep on the couch. Number 4, Marco lived with his whole extended family. What do you think? Marco is used to, or Marco used to? What do you think?
Used to.
Yes, say it again, Farah.
Used to.
Yes, it is used to. Thank you so much. Marco used to live with his whole family, extended family, used to. If you have a question, why did we write this in any blank, you can ask me. Number 4, even though he loves his apartment, he living alone. What do you think?
Hello, teacher.
Bayadir?
Is
How
is
Bayadir?
used to? Is used
Even,
to?
yeah, even though it's correct, this grammar, but I think you need to make it negative, because even though, بالرغم, even though he loves his apartment, his house, he living alone. When people love their apartment, they tend to like to live alone. But even though he loves his apartment, he is what? Used to or
Is
not used?
is used to?
He is used to. You think that he is used to live alone?
No, no, no.
It's the opposite, because according to the meaning, we're going to say that he is not used to live alone. Thank you so much, Bader. Number 6, we swim in the pond, but now it's too polluted. Every time when there is but in the middle of the sentence, you know that there is a switching of cases. Something was as a routine in the past, but then it changes. So what do you think about this? Used to or are used to or were used to?
We are used to.
We are used to, you think? We blank swim in the pond, in that pond, but now it's too polluted. Are we swimming now? No, because it's too polluted. So it's going to
We
be a
used
rima?
to.
Yes, simply used to. Thank you
Used
so
to.
much. Yeah, used to. Number 7, other people please. He liked his new job, but he wearing a suit and tie.
He's not used to.
غدي صح؟
He's not used to.
Yes, thank you so much. He likes his new job, so it's in the present time, but he is not used to wearing a suit and a tie. Thank you so much. He is not used to. The last one, she had always excelled in English, meaning being successful or good. So she receiving poor grade. Remember, it's in the past because it's with had. Now she's very good in English, so of course.
She wasn't used to.
Very good, thank you, Rahaf. She wasn't. I'm going to write this here. She's very good in English, okay? Or she was very good in English. That's why she's not used to receiving poor grades. So she wasn't used to receiving poor grades. Thalith, is there any other question? Why did we write this here or there? Okay, did you write that down? Can we move on? Okay. The next one, use the phrases to write sentences about your own childhood, including either would or didn't, use to or used to. In some cases, both are possible. Help my mother, this is an example. The question is, help my mother with the cooking. So, because he wanted to be related to his childhood, he said, when I was a child, comma, I used to help my mother with the cooking. Easy, right? Number one, go barefoot in the summer. What is the meaning of barefoot? Without what? Yes, Thalith. What is the meaning of barefoot? With shoes on or without shoes on?
Without shoes on.
Yes, without. Thank you so much, Rahaf. So, number one, yes, Thalith, what do you think?
When I was young, I always used to go barefoot in the summer.
So let's make it when I was a child. When I was a child, don't forget you're going to use would or didn't or used to. So you said what? Rahaf, you said what?
I always used to go barefoot in the summer.
I always used to. So let's say I used to go barefoot in the summer. Thank you. Number two, you can use would, but also ya Thalith. Number two, play with my friends for hours. So when I was, yes. Yes, Rafif. Can you do number two?
Yes.
Yes, please.
When I was a child, I used to
Okay.
play with my friends for hours.
When I was a child, can you use would?
I would play.
Very good. I would. The same thing as used to. I would play with my friends for hours. Thank you so much. Number three, I need Sarah. Yes, Sarah. Like candy. Yes, Sarah. So you're going to start with when I. Yes, Ragat. Can you do number three?
Number three.
Yes, please.
Wait, I'm sorry. The one with help my
The one
mother.
with like candy.
When I was a child,
Yeah, when I was a child.
I used to.
I used to. Simply, I
Should I
used to.
like? Wait. Eat a lot of candy or something?
You can say eat a lot of candy, and also you can say simply I used to like candy. Thank you so much. So this is what is this exercise is about. Very easy. You can complete the rest from 4 to 8 by yourself. Okay, and make sure that maybe in the exam you're going to have a question like this. I'm going to give you actions like candy, play with my friends, and you have to make sentences using would or used to. Okay, now let's move on. Now this grammar is about was and were going to. So you're going to complete the first part of the sentences, use was or were going to and your own ideas. كما قلنا سابقا أفتكر يا بعد رقوتي لم تفهمي القاعدة هذه اللي هي was or were going to. Future in the past يعني كأنه مستقبل في الماضي. طب كيف يكون في مستقبل والحدث في الماضي؟ كأني أقول يعني كنت سأفعل الشيء لكني لم أفعله. كنت سأفعله. هل حدث؟ لا. So this is how I'm going to say it. أنا قلت كنت سأفعل. حتى في العربي أستخدم سا اللي هي للمستقبل. So the same thing here. I knew that company was going to be a great success. So in the past أنا كنت عارفة. Okay. Let me give you a simple example here. So for example, I can say I was going to tell you about the homework, for example. Did I tell you about the homework؟ هل أنا أخبرتك عن الواجب أم لا؟ لا، أنا قلت I was going to tell you. كنت سأقول. But I didn't. Easy grammar, right? ها بيادر.
Yes.
Did you understand?
Yes. Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Now, let's see the exercise. Now you're going to complete those sentences with was or were going to. For example, but then I found a better one. I was going to take the first job I was offered, but then I found a better one. Can you see? He started with I was going to, and then he completed with the sentence that he gave him. So, but we were too tired. What do you think the first thing will be? Anything you can
We
say.
were
Yes,
لبس
go ahead.
جاوب.
Yeah.
We were going to the mall tonight, but we were tired.
Very good. Excellent. We were going to the mall tonight, but we were too tired. Thank you so much. Very nice sentence. Number 2. But he lost his credit card. What do you think has or was going to happen? What do we do with credit cards? We what? Pay with them, right? So, هي ثالث.
المجاوب.
Okay, yes, رهف, يلا.
He was going to pay for the dinner, but he lost
He
his
was.
credit card.
Very good. He was going to pay for the dinner, but he lost his credit card. Easy? Khalid, do you have a question about this? You might have this exercise in the exam. Any question? Dana, did you understand?
No, teacher, thank you.
No, teacher, thank you.
Okay, so let's move on. You're going to complete the rest. Okay. The last one that we're going to have for the last lesson, we didn't start our new lesson yet. You're going to look at the pictures, complete the paragraph about how Ming's life has changed since he became wealthy. Use used to, be used to, would, and was going to. What do you think? This is Ming 10 years ago, and this is Ming now. So, what do you think?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
The question is that you're going to make sentences using used to. He used to have this, and now he have this.
Oh. He used to, no.
When Ming was younger, his life was very different. And then we complete. He used to.
He used to
بعد
have a
ما
bad
بجيب
room.
He used to have a bedroom. Okay, let's say not bedroom. He used to have a messy room, maybe. What else? Hmm. What do you think about the book that he's reading? Future Architect, I think. And here, I cannot, I think investment, business, maybe. So he, using this grammar, you can say he was going. Yes, Talif. What do we call this person who study architecture?
An engineer.
An engineer. So he was going to
To
be
become an engineer.
yes, an engineer. Okay. So we're going to stop here because we don't have time to complete. Okay, now here we have a conversation between Ahmed and Ibrahim. I needed to listen and pay attention to the words that we have here in blue because I'm going to ask you about the meaning of them.
Pages 26 and 27. 8. Reading. Page 25. 6. Pronunciation. In English. Page 25. 5. Listening. Listen to the lecture. Page 24. 4. Conversation.
My parents gave me 30,000 rials for graduation.
Wow! What are you going to do with all that cash?
I don't know. I'm going around in circles about it, driving myself and everyone else crazy. At first, I was going to do something really indulgent with it, like take a vacation. I was ready to book it, but then I got cold feet.
Why? I think vacation sounds like a great idea. You've worked really hard for 4 years. You deserve a break.
That's true, but on the other hand, I don't want to spend all that money on something that will be over in a week. So then I was thinking of buying something useful, like a used car.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it would be a great convenience to have a car, but at the same time, I'm used to taking public transportation, and I really don't mind it. Frankly, I can't think of anything that I really need, so maybe I should put the money aside for a rainy day.
Well, yes. I suppose the alternative would be to just put it in the bank until you need it.
Right. But then again, what's the point of having money if you're not enjoying it? Maybe I should do something indulgent with it, like take that vacation.
Now I see how you're driving everyone crazy.
Okay. So this is about what? Ahmed having how many? How many riyals?
13,000.
Yes, 30,000 for his graduation. It's from his parents. The first blue pot here that we have is cash. Of course, you know what is the meaning of cash? What is the meaning of cash?
Money.
Yes, the money. Now, Ahmed said, I don't know, I'm going around in circles about it, driving myself and everyone else crazy. When someone going around in circles, it means what, you think? Going around in circles, circles. I think we have a near expression in Arabic.
I mean, he's lost.
Yes, he's lost. He doesn't know what he's going to do with what? With the money. So he's what? He's going around in circles. Okay? Driving myself and everyone else crazy. And also this is a very familiar expression for you. Driving myself and everyone else crazy, or driving myself crazy, which means driving myself crazy, meaning that he is what?
يدفع نفسه للجنون.
Yes, or mad. He doesn't know what to do. And then he said that I was ready to book it about the vacation, but then I got cold feet. Also an expression, doesn't mean exactly cold feet, which means what?
He was
nervous.
scared.
Yes, he was scared, and he was about to do something, which is the vacation, but then he said, no, I got cold feet. It means that what? He decided not to. That is the meaning of got cold feet. Okay? And then when someone said, I really don't mind, which means you've never heard of the expression don't mind?
Don't mind, you mean don't care, or like another meaning?
Yeah, it's the same as don't care. Don't mind means it's okay for me, no problem. Thank you, Rahul. I should put the money aside for a rainy day. We call it in Arabic black day. إنه أحفظ لا أعلم ما هو المثل. إنه أحفظ لليوم الأسود, I think. Do you know this expression in Arabic?
What?
الإكسبريشن إنه حفظ المال أو حفظ الشيء لليوم الأسود. إنه نخلي الشيء هذا لليوم الأسود. اليوم الأسود meaning that you're going to save your thing or your money for a bad day that might happen in the future. The same thing in English, put the money aside for a rainy day. So he's thinking that might save the money for a rainy day, for a bad day that might come in the future. The meaning of those expressions, you're going to find them here. And pay attention to them. Whenever we're going to have an exam, you need to study them. Now, in this listening, you're going to listen to the lecture about the history of money. Write the date. You're just going to write the date of each form of money, then the number of forms of money in the order they were used. The second thing is cowrie shells. What is the first thing the third thing, fourth, and then here you're going to write the date. When they started having paper money, in which year? Okay, now listen please.
Five. Listening. Listen to the lecture about the history of money. Write the date by each form of money. Then number the forms of money in the order they were used.
The first way in which goods were bought was not with money. Instead, people used to trade something of value that they possessed for something they needed. The most common things to trade were cattle and crops, like corn and wheat. So, for example, if you were a farmer, you might trade your corn with a butcher for meat. The butcher might trade his meat with a shoemaker for shoes. This kind of trade was called bartering. Bartering began as far back as 9000 BCE. However, there was a problem with bartering. What if someone had something to trade, but no one wanted or needed it? Or what if people could not agree on what was a fair trade? To solve this problem, the first kind of money came about around 1200 BCE in China, where people would use special shells called cowrie shells to purchase goods. These shells were the most widely and longest used form of money in history. In some parts of Africa, these shells were used until the middle of the 1900s. The earliest metal coins were produced in China around 1000 BCE. The coins were made out of an inexpensive metal and had holes in them so that they could be put together to make a chain. The earliest coins made of valuable metals were silver coins produced in Turkey around 500 BCE. Coins made of silver, bronze, and gold were soon being used by the Greeks, Romans, and Persians. By 800 CE, the first paper money had appeared in China. This form of money eventually became common around the world. At one point, people probably thought the cowrie shells were going to be used forever. That's how many of us think about coins and paper money now. But money is likely to continue to change. In fact, a new kind of money is already being exchanged over the internet. This money, called electronic money or digital cash, functions like real cash, except it's not on paper. The money in a bank account is converted to a digital code, which can be used to make purchases. While digital cash is very new, it is expected to become common in the years ahead.
Okay, so would you like to listen again? ها ثالث. What do you think?
I'm okay. I don't know about them.
Okay, let's do it one by one.
Page 25. 5. Listening. Listen to the lecture about the history of money. Write the date by each form of money. Then number the forms of money in the order they were used.
The first way in which goods were bought was not with money. Instead, people used to trade something of value that they possessed for something they needed. The most common things to trade were cattle and crops, like corn and wheat. So, for example, if you were a farmer, you might trade your corn with a butcher for meat. The butcher might trade his meat with a shoemaker for shoes. This kind of trade was called bartering.
So the first one is, what is the first one, Ola? Sorry, ثالث. Bartering. Where is this word?
What's the
It's
name of
here.
this word?
Yes, it's bartering. This is the first thing that they used as in money. Now listen, you're going to write one here, and let's see for it started when.
Bartering began as far back as 9000 BCE.
So it started when?
9000 BCE.
Yes, 9000. So this is number 1, and the number here is 9,000 BC. Okay, now pay attention to the second. He already mentioned the second one, and then the third.
However, there was a problem with bartering. What if someone had something to trade, but no one wanted or needed it? Or what if people could not agree on what was a fair trade? To solve this problem, the first kind of money came about around 1200 BCE in China, where people would use special shells called cowrie shells to purchase goods. These shells were the most widely and longest used form of money in history. In some parts of Africa, these shells were used until the middle of the 1900s. The earliest metal coins were produced in China around 1000 BCE. The coins were made out of an inexpensive metal and
So, number 3, I think we have to stop here. But what is number 3? Thalys?
Inexpensive metal coins.
Yes, inexpensive metal coins, and it was how many years before? 1000 BCE. Okay, because we don't have less than a minute, we're going to finish later. Okay, and please prepare yourself for the second lesson. You can see it. I don't know, I don't have it here, but you can see it. Please prepare yourself so you participate more. Okay, have a nice weekend.
You too.
Thank you.